class, if this is what's given, I want to find g of 0. So all g of 0 means is I want to do the integral. What's x? Isn't it 0? So aren't I just going to plug 0 for x? What's that going to be? What's the area of this graph from 0 to 0? Any area from itself to itself, from one point to itself, is nothing. Okay, what would be the second one? Well, we start from 0. What's x? 2. So don't you plug 2 in there? So doesn't this say the area of the curve from 0 to 2? Well, can we look at this? What's that area? Wait, it's 4. Well, isn't it 4 times 2? Divide by 2? Area of a triangle? So isn't that one 4? And the last one, you're going from 0 to what? 8. So if we go from 0 to 8, wait, what was this? This was 4, right? Isn't that also 4? If you break this up, instead of doing trapezoids, what's this little piece? The 8? And what is this? 2 and 2? So 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2. Oh, wait a second. Shouldn't this be negative 4?
Yeah.
You guys got it? Just put a negative right there. Why is it negative? Isn't that below? So, what is this one? Well, wouldn't it be negative 8 plus 12? Which is 4. A lot of people make a mistake. They just want to do absolute value. There's no absolute value here. If I want a total distance traveled idea, it would absolute value it. But that's a negative 4, that's a positive 12. Keep track of those kind of things. Okay. The largest interval for which g is increasing. Remember, g is the area under the curve. So where is the area under the curve increasing? Where is the area under the curve increasing? Isn't it where the area in the curve is positive? So where is it positive? From 4 to 8. The largest interval where g is increasing, this is where not the graph is increasing, the area is increasing. The area is gaining. Here the area is shrinking. Remember, g is an area equation. The area under the curve. It's growing right there. Okay, the extremas of g. Well, isn't g kind of like, if this was velocity, isn't g kind of like position? So, do you understand that g, let's write this equation. You have g of x is equal to integral now, watch this real quick. Could I derive both sides? Can I derive both sides? Yeah. What's the derivative of g? Isn't that g prime? The derivative of this. What happens when you take a derivative of an integral? It's the second fundamental theorem of calculus, which we talked about a while back, but it's technically just f of x. I can show you the process, but that just simply is f of x. So, if I'm looking for extrema, aren't I looking for g prime equals 0? You guys follow me? For extremas, I'm looking for g prime of x equaling 0. So what's g prime in terms of f? Well, f, isn't g prime f? So isn't this f? So wouldn't it be right there? aren't we looking basically, if we're looking for when this equals 0, aren't we actually looking where f of x equals 0? And where does f of x equal 0? Ignore the endpoints. Isn't it right there at 4? So at 4, it equals 0. And by the way, is it a max or min? Well, isn't these negative to positives? So if it's going from negative to positives, doesn't it mean it's going to be negative to positive, so isn't it a min? At x equals 4, you're going to have a minimum. All right. Last question. We're going to sketch this graph. Now remember, if we're sketching G, isn't G the integral of f? So, if f of x is right here, do you guys understand that they're both going to start at 0? Okay, because when I plug in 0, wasn't g of 0, 0? What was g of 2? G of 2 was negative 4, right? So can't you go over here at g of 2 and put a negative 4? What was g of 8? G of 8 is 4. So do I just connect all those dots? Well, are there any other important changes on this graph? Those are the 3 dots I chose. Isn't that g of 0, g of 2, g of 8? Well, let's look at this. What's g of 4? What's g of 4? No? Isn't it negative 4, and negative 4 is what? Negative 8. So isn't g of 4 actually down here quite a bit farther? Kind of went off my screen. It's way down here. Got it? And then, but isn't it right here? What's g of 5? Well, isn't g of 5 negative 8 plus 2? Wouldn't that be negative 6? So is now g of 5 grown a little bit? What's g of 7? Well, didn't we add 10 to negative 8? So when we at positive 2 all of a sudden? Wait, not positive 2. Yeah. No, it's not a great graph, but it should look something like that. I didn't realize making my chart I did it bad. I didn't look at it carefully enough, and so it went way off the screen. Okay. But all you do is you plug in the value.